Hey everyone, it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of Nicole. This is part 3. Today in class is terrible. I can't concentrate. I look down at my phone and quirk an eyebrow at the words that I have jotted down in my notes. Okay, so I'm at the football field. Yep, this is definitely the football field. I see the giant yellow goalpost poking from beyond the bleachers. What I don't see is Chandra, and this is where she told me to go. She has cheerleading practice today, but somehow she forgot her special cheerleading shoes in our room, so being the wonderfully awesome roommate that I am, I offered to bring them to her. But her directions are so confusing. I wrote them out on my phone, but I didn't realize how complicated they were until I started following them. Ugh, girl directions. I should have known. Well, I made it this far. And if movies and television are telling the truth, I should find the locker rooms somewhere close. That's where she'd be, I think. A brief glance around and I see some kind of building nearby. I don't have any better guess as to where the locker rooms could be, so I figure that must be it. Even if it isn't, I could at least find someone to ask directions. Maybe I'll even find Chandra somewhere in there. Either that or get terribly lost. I push that possibility to the back of my mind and head on over. The inside of the building is all white walls and blue doors, our school colors. When I spot football posters all over the walls, it looks promising that this is some sort of sports facility, but there's like no directions or anything here. How did they expect people like me to find their way around? I really have to find Chandra before her practice starts and she's left shoeless. Through some combination of dumb luck and the right-hand rule, it's not long before I wander into the room with rows of lockers against the walls. Ha! I did it! This building is where the locker rooms are held. It's surprisingly clean here. There's a stray water bottle and a few towels left on the benches, and some shoes are shoved messily in a cubby under the lockers. But it's not like there's stuff littered on the floor. Wait. I take a better look at the shoes in the cubbies. Those look like guy shoes. Doesn't that mean... Before I have a chance to finish that thought, some guy walks into my view. All the blood drains from my face as I see him. He's a tall guy with messy blonde hair and sharp blue eyes that widen as he sees me. In his hands is a recently wrung football jersey, and the only thing covering his top is a pair of shoulder pads, which still leaves his abs deliciously in view. Okay, I shouldn't stare. Okay, I shouldn't even be here with this nearly shirtless guy. I fail to find words as I start sputtering like a moron before turning and running out of the locker room. I press myself flat against a nearby wall and nearly sink to the floor. Oh man, that was so embarrassing. My head pops up as I hear footsteps. Please, don't tell me. Yo. Hesitantly, I look up and meet the blue eyes of the guy from before. Thankfully, he's wearing a jersey now, and I see the number 9 printed on his chest. What does he want? Can't he leave me to die of embarrassment in peace? Hi. I quickly try to shrug off the awkward situation and give him a sheepish grin. I'm really sorry about that. It's cool. I think you'd agree. I've got nothing to be ashamed of. The guy smirks cockily and swaggers a little closer. So, what do you think? Huh? His smirk smooths out into something a bit more suggestive. You like what you saw? Oh! It hits me a second later. Wait, are you serious? The guy gestures to his chest like it's a fine piece of art on display. Hey, I work hard for this body. I think I deserve a little appreciation for it sometimes. Still, is that really something you should be asking someone you barely know? Kinda desperate. Says the girl who is just scoping out the boys' locker room. I grumble and ball up my fists. That was an accident. It's not like I did it on purpose. Accident, huh? So you're a lady perv and blind? Kind of an oxymoron. The guy leans against the wall, and it's only then that I notice that there's a plaque that says Men's Locker Room. He knocks it with the back of his knuckles victoriously. I must have missed that. My admission makes the guy burst out into laughter, and I hold back a blush so he doesn't get the satisfaction. He's seriously starting to get on my nerves. Who is this guy? Don't laugh at me. Who do you even think you are? The guy stops cold, and he looks at me like I've asked an impossibly stupid question. Who am I? You're asking who I am? What, you've been under a rock? You're looking right at the mighty number 9, Kirk Madgery, quarterback of the football team. He holds up a finger, leans into me, and winks. Not only that, but I'm only a freshman. One of the few that made the cut this year, I might add. I don't buy it. The guy, or Kurt, deflates like a balloon, and I silently hope that his ego does the same thing. Come on, I got the jersey, didn't I? Sure, but if you're just a freshman, of course I wouldn't have heard of you. But it's not every day a guy like me joins the team. Usually I'd be pissed at anyone who doubted me, but since you're a mighty fine babe, I think I can let it slide. Just this once. He grins at me like he's doing me the world's biggest favor, and I scowl. Yeah, this guy's definitely annoying. You still haven't told me your name. You know, so you're not only blind but mute too? It's Nicole. Nicole Grave. There, you happy? Nicole Grave. The way Kurt says my name, like it's a flavor of a new line of dessert, it makes me never want to hear him say my name ever again. It's so objectifying. Alright, Grave. If you weren't trying to peek on the football team, what were you doing here in the first place? I roll my eyes. Grave? We're not in the army. I'm trying to find my friend. She's on the cheerleading squad, but she forgot something. I'm trying to get it back to her. Huh, that's it? Easy. The cheerleaders are at the practice field straight north of here. You can't miss it. Oh, thanks. It totally sounds forced, but I have to give credit where credit is due, even if this Kurt is doing his best to push my buttons. No problem. You're lucky I was here to save your ass. Yes, whatever would I have done without you? I make sure my sarcasm isn't lost on him before walking away, unable to stand Kurt's presence for a second longer. However, I don't get too far before I hear him yell after me. Hey, wait! What? I look over my shoulder and see Kurt give me another suggestive grin. You didn't answer my question before. Question? Oh, you mean if I liked what I saw? You can tell it to me straight. I'm used to the ladies loving the guns. Kurt brings both arms up to flex. Not gonna lie, Kurt does have a nice body for sure, but do I really want to feed into his ego even more? Okay, so I've got, you think that's all it's gonna take to impress me, and it's good, but I've seen better. So you're gonna want to choose, you think that's all it's gonna take to impress me. It's my turn to smirk now as I come up with a response. I know your type. My type? Yeah, you're the type of guy who thinks he can waltz up to any girl he wants, show some muscle, and she'll be putty in your grubby man hands. Well, newsflash, it's gonna take a lot more than a six-pack to impress any girl worthwhile, especially me. You'll need a lot more than that. I expect Kurt to yell and give me a chance to make my getaway, but he stays quiet and gives me a hard look. It's kinda unsettling. Then what's your type then? My type? I could have hit myself when I realized I sound just like him. You mean what type of guy I like? What else? I don't think I've ever thought too hard about that. I cock my head and hum thoughtfully. Call me shallow, but I hope I find him attractive. I want a guy who's funny, too. It helps if he's smart, has a good personality. Oh, and bonus points if he'll buy me clothes whenever I want. He'd be super awesome. Just like Wonder Man. Wonder Man? You mean that superhero? Duh, who else? Kurt shakes his head and holds out a hand to stop me before I get carried away. I'm talking about real people only, Grave. Not some creepy crush you had on some made-up character. Hey, I didn't say I had a crush on Wonder Man. Anymore, I add silently. The short answer is my attraction is complicated, like most people's. You'd know that if you didn't chase everything with boobs and a pulse. Not that I know that for sure, but I bet I'm right. Maybe that's just how I roll. Simple, no strings attached, but every now and then, I get in the mood for something a little more complex. I see him eye me from top to bottom, and I shudder and back away. In your dreams, you sicko. Is that an imitation? Kurt grins infuriatingly at me as I groan loudly. I don't care about entertaining him any longer. I'm getting out of here. Okay, I'm gonna go find my friend before I vomit. I make it a point to avoid his stare, but as I walk away, I hear him bid me goodbye. Don't think I'm gonna let you get away that easy, Grave. I need to keep my eye on someone like you. I face him and just glare. Bite me, Marjorie. And with that, I'm on my way. Man, Chandra's gonna owe me big time after this. And I'm gonna end it here. And we're back. I'm so done. Done. I know I'm only halfway through the assigned reading, but I need a break. My head feels thick from the laws and legal jargon. Chandra isn't here either. She's out leading cheers or something. Good for her, but bad for me. I'm so bored with no one to talk to. I briefly consider taking a nap to rest and recharge, but the open screen on my laptop is too inviting. I'm logging into my favorite blogging site, Roller, seconds after the idea pops into my head. I actually run a blog on the site. It's pretty popular, even if I do just talk about my hobbies. I usually write funny stories about my day, post pictures of clothes or interesting things I see, and I interact with friends I made online. It's a lot of fun. It's a way to express myself. Think of it like this. Musicians use instruments as their artistic medium, and poets use paper. In my case, I use my computer. That actually sounds kinda lame now that I think about it, but I promise it's way better than I'm making it sound. Oh, before I forget to mention it, my username is Hauda Couture. Pretty easy to remember, right? Lots of people on Roller just know me as Hauda, though. I'm flicking the wheel of my mouse, scrolling down posts of the blogs I follow. Most of them are from my friends' blogs, but there are some posts from people I barely know. Case in point, this Voix guy. Voix is this totally cool blogger that's been getting super popular lately. It's not that he's making a huge number of posts or anything like that. He just has this unique, interesting way of thinking that draws you in. He got me with a series of posts dedicated to antique cars. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a gearhead. That's why my mind was seriously blown when I couldn't stop reading. As you can tell, I'm a huge fan. The first time I read Voix's blog was about a week or so ago, and I instantly decided to follow him. From what I've read, he's a mystery. He doesn't seem to interact with anyone on more than a casual level. All that's known is that Voix is a guy, currently starting college, and is growing increasingly sensational day by day. But he has to be a great guy if he's so popular. Man, I wish I was friends with him. Wait a second. I freeze in my seat as I read one of my new emails. It's a message from Roller. Voix is now following you. A winner is you. I'm about ready to leap from my seat. Seriously? I grab at my chest as the widest grin stretches across my face. One of the coolest bloggers is following me? Ha, total score! I checked the email date, and it seems it was sent yesterday. I hadn't been online at all to concentrate on the reading I had to do for my classes. Boo. Wait a second, I haven't thanked him for following me. What if he thinks I'm ignoring him? Oh man, I don't want him to think I'm rude or anything. Alright, Nicole, calm down. You can do this. Just think of something. Now you got try to be polite or try to act naturally. You're going to want to act naturally. It's best to let this guy know what he's getting into. If you're going to be a friend of mine, you better learn how to handle me, baby. After forcing myself to relax, I think of something to send him on Roller. Let's see. Hi, Voix. I nearly died when I read that you followed me. I just wanted to message you saying thank you so much, and that I'm a huge fan of yours. That's good enough, I think. I steel myself for what I'm about to do, then click the send button. No going back now. All that's left is to see if I scare him away or not. Time seems to move slowly from that moment on. I check out the roller tab and hum nervously to my music as I wait for any response from Bois. Suddenly I see a notification from Roller saying I have a new message. Bois. I must say that this was a welcome surprise. My enthusiasm may not be up to snuff compared to yours, but hello there, Haute Couture. No need to thank me for the follow. The honor is all mine. Alright, so this guy may talk like he's out of the 18th century English novel, but there's something endearing about it. Smiling, I type the message back to him. I didn't know following me could be considered an honor. You're such a sweetheart, Bois. No wonder you're so popular. I'm bouncing in my seat during the few minutes it takes for him to reply. Oh, come on. I'm not that popular. All I do is write my thoughts, perhaps blog an interesting picture here and there. Nothing so worthy as to deserve all of this roller fame people say about me. I smirk. This guy just oozes modesty. And no, I'm not being sarcastic, gosh. But do they say you talk kind of funny? Why, yes, all the time actually. I get more into the conversation as we continue. Soon we're talking about school and I'm letting loose the details of my day-to-day academic life. Surely you're joking. The first month of the semester and you've already seen someone sleep in class? I have to stop myself from laughing. I'd warned him it was a funny story. I'm being 100% serious. This guy was napping, face down in his notebook and everything, because the professor totally wouldn't notice. Yes, this professor was probably much too busy fighting off his own urges to take an afternoon sieste. I'm not sure how to say a lot of these words, so... That's French, right? I almost had it confused for Spanish. Sieste, siesta, potato, potato. Looking at your username, would it be correct to assume that you are knowledgeable in a few languages? Nah, the best I can do is order up food or curse a guy out. If you're looking for the bathroom, you'd have to ask another girlfriend to help you. I will have to make do. Such a promising friend cannot be so easily disposed. Friends, he says. Catch me, I'm swooning. I'm afraid we will have to place your fainting spell on hold for the moment. I've been neglecting some assignments, and while I don't regret how I spent my time, I will regret my terrible grade if I don't finish. I lean back in my chair and sigh. It was fun while it lasted, but I do have that reading assignment to do. I still have some stuff to read too, but I should be free tomorrow. I'll hit you up when I'm free, Bois. I bite my lip and hope that I am not too forward to suggest. We seem to have a good conversation going. I soon get his next message. Apparently he thought so as well. I would definitely enjoy that, much like I enjoyed speaking with you this evening. I'm glad I made the wise decision to follow you. I read the words once more, and I know I'm beaming by the time I'm done. Want to hear another funny story? I'm stoked you did too. And I'm going to end it here for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. If you want to see more, just click the links at the top, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.